We made it to our next location, which is a Boondockers Welcome, and we get to be here for 5 days. I'm super excited. It is an awesome place to stay. In case you don't know, we just spent the last 2 weeks with my daughter and son-in-law, and we had a great time. So needless to say, I didn't get a lot of work done. Rusty just graduated from school. He graduated from RDC school, and that stands for Recruit Division Commander. So basically, he's going to be pushing boots. So he'll be, I don't know what you guys call it in other services, maybe a drill sergeant or something.
So we're here at Recruit Training Command Great Lakes to see this guy and his snazzy whites graduate boot camp RDC school.
Yes. So we'll have his graduation today, and Monday he picks up his first company and he'll be pushing boots.
And start earning that pay.
Can't wait.
Does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ready? Nope.
Builder, 2nd class, CB Combat Warfare, Russell Nail, will have his amulet and insignia pinned on by his wife, Rihanna. Petty Officer Nail is assigned to the USS Reuben James.
About this Boondockers Welcome, you know we love our Boondockers Welcome. Well, this one is special because it has 50 amp. So the whole time we are here, and you may even hear the hum of the AC now, we'll be able to use our air conditioner. And a lot of the Boondockers Welcome, although technically you don't pay your Boondockers Welcome, if you're connected to any of their services, sometimes they'll ask for a nominal fee to pay for what you're using. So we're going to pay $5 for our 50 amp service, which we will gladly do. They also have well water, and if we need water anytime while we are here, they have offered it to us to fill our tanks.
So we made it to the Chain O Lakes State Park, and we're starting out on trail number 3.
And it is a nice state park. It's only about 5 minutes from the Boondockers Welcome in which we're staying. So I thought it'd be close enough we could go check it out, get some exercise that we are so badly in need of.
We need exercise.
But it is an amazing state park, and it has a beautiful campground.
Yeah.
With almost 400 sites. General store that had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and they serve coffee, donuts, and popcorn.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
what more can you ask for?
So, but we're staying away from the donuts. That's why we're hiking, because we've had too many donuts.
Operation Get Skinny is in effect.
Well, I don't know about get skinny, but get in shape for sure. We finished just over 3 miles. My goal was 3 to 4, so we're allowed to stop now. But it was an awesome hike. Trails are very well maintained. It was really nice walking through there. So we came out on the campsites on the primitive area. Their bathrooms are also pretty primitive. Really, they're outhouses. Not much privacy. I don't know. It was a little sketchy for me. So there's actually a lot here to do at Chain O Lakes State Park. Do you remember this time when all there's here?
Do tell.
All right, so you can rent boats. There's a marina. You can go fishing. The camp store even has live bait if you want to purchase it.
Mm-hmm.
There are quite a few lakes here. Of course, that's why it's called Chain of Lakes.
Chain O Lakes.
Hold. I'm out of breath.
Yeah, I was going to say,
We
the reason I'm not talking is because I'm trying to catch my breath.
Okay, so the largest lake is just under 50 acres.
Yeah, it's around 44 acres, I think.
Yeah. So there's actually a lot to do here. So we're going to take you over and show you the campsites that will be better for RVs and actually have electric.
Yeah, and I mean, it is wide open in here right now. I'm sure it's just the time of the year, but seems like it would be a nice little gem of a state park to come visit. The trails were almost like walking on a groomed golf course. I mean, it was grass that was cut. I mean, it was pretty nice. It was a relaxing hike, although we got lost and circled back around the same loop.
Shh, don't tell our stories.
Yeah, you know.
We were able to find the regular bathhouse on the electric side of the campground. It is there, it's adequate, but it is kind of old and a little moldy. But if you need it, it is there. Just wear some really thick shower shoes. They only have 30 amp. They don't have 50 amp, but the sites look really nice, and there are plenty of longer sites that look like it'll be easy to level.
Yeah, typical state park.
We're getting ready to hit some trails downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana. They have a whole trail system that runs downtown along looks like a river, but we'll find out for sure when we get there.
Yep, excited to actually get on the bikes, the regular bikes, and stretch these legs or test these legs.
Yeah, we took our brand spanking shiny new e-bikes out for a ride when we were in Great Lakes. Now, after pulling them out and testing them out, we found out that every state has their own e-bike law, and all the trails also have their own rules. So you can't take the e-bikes everywhere.
No.
These trails we're going on now, if you're on there in your e-bike and you get caught, you could get fined up to $2,500. It's crazy.
I'm out.
So we're not tempting fate. But if you want to see us checking out our e-bikes on the first ride we took them on, check this out. All right, Phil, it's time for a bike ride.
Let's do this on our new bikes. Electric pedal assist.
So in other words, we're cheating now.
There'll be some pedaling involved. Not a lot, hopefully. What we gotta do is put the battery in here, put it together, and hit the trail. I think that's it.
All right, I'm a little scared.
She's such a wimp when it comes to bike riding.
They go fast.
Yeah, but only as fast as you let it go.
All right, so pray I don't crash as I'm trying to figure out this bike.
Yeah, so I'm going to give her a crash course here in the parking lot.
That's not funny.
No pun intended.
All right, so what do you think?
I like them a lot.
All right, so I like them, but I'm a little worried about the pedal assist keeping us from pedaling and actually getting exercise. So I got to figure out how to use it, but not overuse it.
Yeah, I think we pedaled more than we used the electric.
We did, for sure, because we went almost 10 miles. It was 9.77 on the screen. If you saw that, that's wrong. I didn't start my trip in time, but and we were gone for, how long were we gone?
I don't know, a little over an hour.
Over an hour, and we didn't use, let me look and see, we were gone for an hour and 24 minutes, so we didn't use a full tick of the battery. So
No.
you can see on the screen, we still have full battery life left.
Yeah, which is an indication that we pedaled more than we used the throttle.
Yeah.
And we did stop and take some pictures along the way of the bikes at different spots, so that's why it was an hour and 20 minutes. But the bikes, I like them a lot. They ride.
I like it. It rides really
Yeah,
nice.
they ride really nice for a big 4-inch tire.
But you can feel the weight.
Yeah.
They're about 60 pounds. You can definitely tell the difference in that and our mountain bike when it comes to the weight.
Yeah. On a flat trail like what we were on most of today, it was pretty easy to ride. But you could tell when there was a slight hill pedaling. I mean, you had to shift rather quick or use the pedal assist. But the pedal assist had no problem moving.
Oh no.
Moving us.
You hit the button and you're like, "Rrrr."
Yeah, it moves. So they'll go up to about 20 miles an hour, and that's good. It's probably twice as much as Stacy wants to go. But
I went 18 one time, and that was it, just to play with it.
all right. So one of the best things about these is you can see how they fold in half. Handlebars fold down, and I could put both of them in the back of the Jeep fairly easily.
We hit our first stop, which was lunch We made it almost 5 miles. The goal was at least 10, but maybe we'll go a little further. I don't know.
I think we will. She enticed me with a sandwich, so...
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So as you can see behind us, this is a really cool place to stop. There's a little pad for kids to play in the water. You can rent canoes and kayaks, and there was...
apparently paddleboard. That's pretty cool.
Now the coolest thing we saw on the water was actually a pontoon boat, but it was a bar.
Yeah, it was a float bar, my kind of party bar. It's right there.
It looked really cool. It's kind of like those bicycle bars, only no work involved.
Yeah, you're just sitting and sipping.
So it looked pretty cool. But this is a great area to bike down to. You can download a map of all the trails and use that, or you can also get it on Google Maps. Yeah. All the trails show up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And it got us right here where we needed to be to eat that sandwich.
Yep, so let's keep going.
All right, we've got probably 10 more miles to do before we turn around. Good call.
No. So along the path for our bike ride, we stumbled on this old fort called the Old Fort.
Seems legit.
So the only dates I could find so far is 1735, which is when the garden seeds, I guess, were planted, and then 1815, which online said it's how long it was in use, or the date until it was in use. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, though, we can't go in any of the doors as technically it is closed. So be sure and put this on your list and check the hours if you're going to ride the trail, and maybe you can actually pop in and see the inside.
Yeah, it would be cool to see the inside.
Yeah, he's lying. This is history. He could care less. He'd rather pedal.
But there's shade inside.
Okay, good call. All right, we did 13 miles.
Whoop, whoop. 7 less than I wanted to do.
You're such a liar.
3 more than she wanted to do.
Okay, he's actually being honest. I'm just surprised I made it to 10 and did as well as I did. 13, I am a little tired, but I don't think I'll be sore tomorrow.
No, we felt our legs, but it's only because we haven't done anything
in a while.
Yeah, going up and down the 4 steps in the rig or 5 steps in the rig doesn't count.
Enough.
No.
But this was an awesome place to ride. I am so impressed at Fort Wayne and how many green spaces they have all throughout the city. It was so nice.
Yeah, it was. The trail was nice. It was nicely marked. Plenty of room for walkers, bikers, joggers, you name it. So it was really nice. Well done, Fort Wayne.
And there's free parking everywhere. If you download the PDF I was talking about earlier, then you can see parking all along the route.
So I'm glad we finally got the bikes out, dusted them off.
Yes.
And as you can see behind us, we're still stuffing them in the back of the Jeep.
I don't know what we're gonna do about that.
I got to figure something out. I need to put a hitch on this thing, and then I can at least move the bike rack from Ruby to the Jeep. So I got to work on something.
Maybe when we win the lotto.
Yeah. Anybody know of a cheap hitch manufacturer or installer for a Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk? Put them in the comments below.
Yeah. Or let us know what you have to carry your bikes on the back of your Cherokee and what you think about it if you would buy it again. That would really be helpful.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to have to put one on the back of the Jeep as it has nothing now.
Yeah.
I don't know who designed a 4-wheel drive without putting a hitch on the back, but they do have them to install from the factory or from Jeep. A little pricey, and I've seen some aftermarket ones, but I want it on the back to look like it came with the Jeep. So that's my dilemma.
All right.
Well, and dinero.
Yeah, that's always a dilemma. All right, it's time for ice cold water.
She almost said ice.
No, I wasn't going to say beer. I'm off the beer.
Or cream.
Cream? No,
Ice
I would never
cream?
say that. You would say ice cream. I would never say ice cream.
Yeah, this is true.
Water.
All right, but it was a great ride. While we were performing our maintenance checks on Ruby, came up on the roof to clean and add the 303 protectant. I noticed that one of my vent covers was missing. Don't know when it went missing, how it went missing, or where it went after it flew off. We never saw anything, nor did we hear anything. So the mystery behind this is still baffling me. But we did order a new one on Amazon. We got it in within 2 days and replaced it. So now I have a nice shiny new one up here. And it just shows the importance of getting up on your roof and checking things out. I don't know how long this thing had been missing, but a clue would have been one day when it was raining, we had the vent open and water was coming in and started to puddle on top of the toilet and the floor. And I just thought the rain was coming in through the back vents here and didn't think anything of it. In hindsight, that was probably a clue or a good indication that this thing was missing. So Anyway, if you don't have a Maxi-Air vent cover, I highly recommend them. It allows you to leave your vent lid open while you're gone, and you don't have to worry about the elements, rain or leaves or debris getting in to the fan itself and or your bathroom. So, and another thing we found while doing our maintenance was a water leak. We've got a water leak, and I don't know where it's coming from. We were getting ready to leave and go see our daughter, and I noticed that I have water spots underneath the basement, so I've got to get under here and see what I can find. So when I open up the door, there's water along the seal. You can see it's dripping a little bit. It was all along the bottom, and it was dripping on the bottom of the bay door. So I'm tracing it back, and I could see water behind me coming out of the track, and then I ran my hand up here, and it's all wet. So the water leak is coming from probably behind this panel. So now I'm going to take this panel off here to get to the water tanks and the hoses, because the leak is somewhere in the upper part or the top side of the basement. So I got to take this off. And of course, luck would have it, my cordless drill is dead. Haven't used it in a while. I'm going to take this one out, and I'm going to need you to hold here so I can take that one off. All right, let me take this one off, and then you can hold it while you're there. Come on.
How heavy is it?
It's not that heavy. I don't think so. Okay. You can see where it's wet. You can see the water on top of this. And there's an outlet right there or something. You can see the water pulled on this. And it's dripping.
All right, let's go do a test.
A test on.
If I turn on the kitchen sink, if it makes it worse.
So I've taken off the one panel. I thought it might be my black water flush line, but it's not. It's dry. That's this right here. But what I'm looking at is there's another piece up here that pipes are going through that I can't quite figure out what it is. So you can see water on top of this would be the gray tank here. And then I have water dripping from up here, and there's a white hose right there that I can see stuff on, but I'm not quite sure what it is, so that's going to be an undertaking. Stacy just went inside and turned the kitchen sink on and let it run for a bit. The water is dripping, coming out at a steady click, and now it's dripping here at the bay doors. You can see it. There's a drain or something from the sink that has been pinched, and what I'm seeing is this pipe is right behind one of the main slide. I think this is like a power box. It's not the actual slide itself. So now it makes sense that we had the water spots out here on the ground and all the water coming out of the bay doors, because I just finished doing the dishes before we left. So now we've isolated that it's a kitchen sink drain, I believe. So what I'm going to do now is, since the drains from the sink run towards the back of the RV, I'm going to try to trace those behind the drawers under the stove and see if I can isolate it and see it from there, because I can't get to it from the basement. These come out fairly easy with the clips on the side of the tracks. Alright, now let's see if I can see any of the drain line. Of course not. Water, those pipes seem dry. So I wonder if it goes through the floor and then through the ceiling, because I don't even see a pipe back there. We pulled out the drawers, as you saw. We didn't see anything leaking. The hoses were all dry coming from the sink. So now Stacy's going to go in and turn on the bathroom sink. We're going to now try to isolate if it's just the kitchen sink or if it's the other sinks as well, if it's some kind of drain line. So she's going to turn on the sink water now, and we're going to see if it starts to leak like it did earlier. No, it's dripping, but no, I don't see a difference. Not like before. So no difference there. Now she's going to try the shower and see if the shower's got any additional water flowing to this section. I can't tell. No, it's not like it was the first time. Go ahead, cut it off. Well, we've isolated it to the kitchen sink drain. And we've tested all the water from the bathroom and the shower. No leak there. We ran water into a bucket in the kitchen sink and nothing came through. So we know every time we run water through the kitchen sink and down the drain, this thing started leaking pretty bad. The unfortunate thing is, where the leak is, it's underneath this cable run on one of the main front slides, and I just cannot get to it. I put a video camera, one of my cubes, up in the back to see if I could see inside from the back side. So this is definitely beyond our scope, and now it looks like a trip to Tiffin is in our very near future. I feel defeated. So what can you do? I guess we'll let it air dry a little bit, try to sop up some of the water that's under here, and come up with a plan to get to Tiffin.
So after 2 days of debate, the decision was for us not to leave our daughter's house early. We really wanted to spend the whole 2 weeks with her and not skip out on that. We weren't sure if we should leave right when we found the hole and go to Red Bay, before we go to Hershey, Pennsylvania, but in the end, we stayed there with Bree. We figured after we go to Hershey, then we can take care of it because it's not really emergent. So what we've been doing in the meantime is the same thing we do when we boondock. So I have our buckets in the sink. We can use the water from the sink just fine. We just can't pour the water down the drain. So all the dishwater goes into the bucket, and we will either dump it outside if allowable, but while we're here at this Boondockers Welcome, we're just putting it in the blank tank. So it's not really a big deal. From here, we'll slowly make our way to Hershey, Pennsylvania for the RV show, which we are so looking forward to. And then from there, we're going to book it, haul booty down to Red Bay, and try to get that taken care of before our October 1st job, because we will be camp hosting again starting October the 1st for the whole month. So hopefully we can get it taken care of between Hershey show and October 1st. So we left our Boondockers Welcome after 5 awesome days. We got a lot of work done.
Yeah, we did.
It was really great. Giz,
very relaxing.
Yes, Giz loved every minute of it.
He did.
Although now his allergies are crazy, flared up.
Yeah.
He has allergies to grass, so he'll start, I know it sounds
Imagine
dumb,
that.
he's a dog and he's allergic to grass, but he'll start chewing his feet because they'll start itching really bad, so he gets Benadryl for a few days. But we left, of course we needed to dump, although they had 50 amp hookups for us, they do not have sewer. So I went online to sandydumps.com. I found a campground that was 7 miles away that was on our route. For $10, we're going to dump our tanks. We were able to fill at our Boondockers Welcome place, so we're already full. We just need to rinse.
Full of water.
Yeah, full of water. Not full of it, but full of water.
Well, I guess I'm kind of full of it sometimes.
And then we'll do a good rinse, and we'll be on the road headed to our next Boondockers Welcome.
Yeah, and this campground here is jam-packed for the Labor Day weekend, and so much so that it was a little tight getting in just down the roads to the dump station. And so Stacy had to get out. Yeah, Stacy had to get out and spot me going around a couple trees, untimely placed trees, but it's always good to have a spotter in these types of situations, just so you have extra eyes on the spots that you can't see. Yeah,
we thought we were going to have to unhook at one point. It was it was very close, but we're in. We're all done. We'll finish this up, and we'll be on the road.
It scared me. I didn't know what that was.
Shall I start over?
I thought somebody fell.
My hair's probably a mess, huh?
No more than mine is. Mine's all mush.
Whatever.
Look.
You have a 1/4 inch hair.
Yeah.
You can't
it's all
tell.
meshed down.